So if you ever trying to find hotels on Google, then you will see how dominant Booking.com is. And of course, Booking.com is a public company, and there's lots of things available online. But I haven't seen anyone have done an SEO strategy review on Booking.com. So, today I'll walk you through their SEO strategy. So, here you're looking at my video notes, and I highly encourage you to read the article after watching the video, because I'm pretty sure it'll be different, because video I only make it one time, but in terms of this video note or blog, I typically just keep adding information if I come up with something, or if I have new finding. So it's gonna be a little bit different from the video that you're watching right now, typically. And also I have done by the way, what Booking.com is using is actually local SEO, and I have done another SEO review on house. So you can click on the video, probably in here, on the top somewhere, and it's very similar. So by implementing structural SEO, they're somehow able to rank for their service plus all the locations they're trying to target. And for Booking.com, it's almost everywhere. So it'll be fun to walk you through. So just a little bit of overview of Booking.com. Their valuation is at $94 billion as in 2021 in June. So you can click on the link to see the valuation. And what do they do? So they are a B2C marketplace to book hotel rooms and car rentals and other travel needs. And their overall traffic, it's 381 million. That's a lot of visits a month. And organic traffic in this case only accounts for 22%. And so we're trying to see, we're looking into their traffic sources later, but their number one source is direct visits. So that might imply that lots of people keep going back to their websites, which is a good thing. It's what everybody would be dreaming of. So that part's good. So this is the kind of overall number of Booking.com. And also they have pretty, I would say, distributed market. So it's I find other startups, because I have done many before, and actually you can find some in here. And for some startups, most of their traffic will be from US for sure. But I mean, a lot of time US will be like a big portion of the traffic. But in this case, you will see France, Germany, Spain, Italy. It's actually not that far off. Not that behind. USA. So they have done pretty good job of international expansion, I would say, based on the result I'm seeing. And so here, this is a graph of the organic traffic on desktop. So this doesn't account for doesn't include the data from mobile. Okay, so I have to put it there as well. So if you put the mobile, the number could be a little bit different. It depends on the industry. Some industry, still most of the industry will have a desktop traffic. Typically, you have more desktop traffic, and In some extreme cases, of course, then you get like more mobile traffic. So again, this is about structural SEO, and if you don't know what structural SEO is, and geez, I'll list. There'll be an article in here to explain what is structural SEO. So basically, you build SEO into your website structure so that your website can systematically rank for different keyword combination. And in the house case, it was home improvement plus location, right? Home improvement could be any home improvement service, and plus location, so whatever city that you search. And in Booking.com's case, it would be vacation homes, hotel, attraction, resorts, air tickets, plus location. And they completely dominate the search related to hotel, not so much on vacation homes. So I have searched, if I do vacation homes in certain location, Airbnb, Virgo actually rank better typically than Booking.com. And when it comes to traction, or result, typically TripAdvisor outrank them by huge margin. And if you are searching about air tickets, Expedia outrank Booking.com. So what they have done the best, they have get the best result will be hotel listing. They completely dominant. So Google kind of categorized sites for their main use. So you get those different categories of searches, and they seem to favor some sites than others. So in Booking.com case, it seems that this is the hotels, the main one that they've done a really good job. So we are going to use hotel in St. Petersburg, for example, right? So if you Google that and you find that Booking.com ranked number one, just pop in Google, then you will see. And when you click open, this is the page. Okay, so this is the page that goes up. And so I don't think I will go into each of those to review, because what they have done is that they structure a website again in a way that hopefully they can rank for this is service or the niche they're trying to target, the category they're trying to target, and then this is the location, right? Ideally, they should rank for all those things, not just hotels, but they are doing the best with hotels. So I'm going to use this page as an example to talk about how they are ranking those pages well on Google, and on a tactical level, more not on strategy level, because this is a strategy level, and on the other hand, what we're going to talk about in here, this is a tactical level. Okay, so what makes this page rank so well on Google for this particular valuable search? Well, so first thing first, it's always start with the main keywords in the right places. And I say right places, it's just not one place, okay? But the prioritized places that you have to put main keywords is page title in here. So you can see here, their page title is the 10 best hotels and places to stay in St. Petersburg. So we see the main keyword here is hotel and places, of course. Then you have the location, and so that's the two main keywords. But then you have the number, 10, and then you have the word best. So this is what we call a modifier in the keyword sense. So basically, top, best, cheap, affordable. Those are modifier. So it depends on your market, of course, right? So you use that to decide what modifier you're going to use. And then the number, the 10 here, it's to increase the click-through rate, because there's tons of studies that has been done. If you put a finite number in a Google listing, it typically will have better click-through rate. So the number here, for reason. So again, keywords in the right places, right? First place, page title. Second place, this is a heading, a main heading, and you see the main keywords in here. And if I keep scrolling down, you see they have actually include the keywords of places to stay in the heading as well. So this is long tail keyword, if you will. And of course, St. Petersburg, let's say keyword. And then you have the kind of the meat of this page, right? The actual hotel listings. And of course you will see, of course, hotels in the name, right? So this keyword kind of just here organically. So another point scored. And of course, this is another heading, and then you got another heading. So so lots of content. And then you have this part, the FAQ, right? So this is not so much for user, I would say. It's mostly, I would say, it's more for Google bot or Google's algorithm than for the user. Of course, some user will still look at this, FAQ. People like to read FAQ, of course. And it also, it's kind of following the spirit of providing most informative page to the internet, and that's what Google wants. Google want to give the user a best experience, right? So more information here, obviously it's better for a user. And of course you have reviews in here, and if you know anything about conversion rate optimization, you know that the less things that you put on the page, the better, so that user can really focusing on what you are trying to drive them to do, such as convert. Having those information like this is sort of like a review. It's not so much for conversion. It's more for SEO. So again, SEO. When doing SEO, you're always trying to provide as much information as possible. So you will see those. It's a very long page, and this is why, because the more information you have in here, it increase this page's relevancy. Okay, and over again in my video, I talk about SEO is simply two parts. It's relevancy and authority. So relevancy, you have to have this page in the first place, and the page had to relevant to the keyword that people type in Google, right? So that's relevancy. Authority, so this is a authoritative site, bunch of media coverage, bunch of website link to this site. people talk about it on the internet about it. So that's authority. So 2 parts, and they nailed both. So good job on their part. So that's I guess I already touched upon the second thing that really make this page rank well, and that's informative. Being informative, have lots of text content in particular. So, and you might ask why text content isn't text content ugly, not user friendly. Well, the reason is that text content is more condensed, and also it's Google doesn't read the image much, right? It's more reading the text content, right? So and if your page is very informative, typically you will have more text content. So it's a correlation. It's not like in order to rank well, I have to put more text content. Don't think about it that way. You think about that. Well, I want to provide user with more information, and that's why I need to provide more text content. And at the same time, I put more visual elements here, so it's easier for the eyes as well, right? So all other category level, so this I call the category level, right? So other category levels are basically following the same structure. If we go to the vacation home listing page, it's following very similar page structure, or using the same SEO element, having keyword in the right places, and provide lots of content, lots of information, and being very informative. And also have multimedia format, meaning you have text, sometimes you have video as well, and they have text contents, and you have the FAQ, right? So I'm only gonna do one, other things are just the same. It's worth to mention that Booking.com isn't really ranking for any air tickets to some places, because when you click on here, if you go on flights, it actually takes you to a different website. I think could be their partner. I haven't done my homework about how that's been arranged, but again, they are being kick-ass. They have been really dominated, or I guess defeated by Expedia. So Expedia, it's whatever you search, Expedia rank typically on top 3. So, and the other thing, I guess the down the level, it's the hotel level, right? It's the more of the business profile level, right? So this is you can call it category, or like result page, right? So like search result page, basically. But when you click on this, then it went into, well, it's the same idea with this one. So I'm just gonna click here. So this is an individual business profile page, right? And we'll talk about this page later, because there's huge room for improvement for this page actually. And I don't know, probably they are a public company, so they don't care that much about their search. But this is a huge room for improvement. Compared to the format they use for a hotel profile. The result, this is result profile. It's attraction profile. It really sucks, and it seems that it's not their main market, or they just don't care that much, or they just don't get I guess, much value out of it. I think that probably the thinking behind it, because when people searching about attraction, it's not that close to the buying cycle, the stage of buying yet. So probably that's not their priority, but they have done a hell of a good job of individual resort or hotel profile. So just use this one example, right? So we first of all landing on the result, the search result page, and click on one of them, and this is the one of the page. And if you think that's the only way user can get to this page, then you are wrong. Because the other important traffic source is those individual business profile page. Okay, and this is targeting. This is used to target user who are just searching directly about a hotel, or about the resort, or about the air tickets. Sorry, not air tickets. This is gone. Oh, I put it in here. One is my draft, and the one's already published. So airline, yeah, sorry. So airline, supposedly, airline review or things like that. So this is really competing with Expedia. But they have done but much better job in this case here. And so let's take a look at this. What make this particular page rank well? And how do they rank well, by the way? So I have a screenshot here I did early on. So if you Google this company called Universal Lower Firefall, I can't pronounce this, review, then you will find that Booking.com ranking at number 6. So still first page. But again, in terms of SEO, actually Expedia have done a better job. So and I also circled out. It has this huge actual space on the search. This is an actual real estate on search that brands and companies should leverage, and that's called schema markup. That's going to tackle, that's a very advanced SEO that you have to done. So basically, you build templates into each profile, and so that when people searching that, the whole thing appear on Google, and it take like a huge space in here, as you can see. Expedia.ca, and they rank for number 4. So yeah, still they're able to get here, so not bad. And it's the same principle that gets this page here. The main keyword. Obviously the result, the name of the result. How do you say result or resort? Foreigners. And lots of information, ideally unique, ideally it's not copied from their website, that's even better. Availability, just tons of contents on the page. So the same principle, right? So right keyword, right places, being very informative, and of course, internal links. Yeah, they got tons of internal links. So internal links is the links that you're linking within the website. Say like page 1 link to page B on the same website. That's called internal link. And really it tells us, search engine, what pages are very important, right? So guest review, yeah. So the same principle. Yeah, so it's very low. and they even have question here to add in more information. So that's the tougher part. And this is user-generated content, and this is why I always say that the structural SEO that we talk about, that we mentioned in the beginning of video, it's like an engine that you built. But UGC, user-generated, is the field. Without it, doesn't matter how good your engine is, right? Potentially you can hire in-house writer to finish those content, to produce those images, or curated, those content in-house. But ideally you wanna do that with a user-generated content, because it saves your time. And typically you will have more unique content. So, it's impossible if you are a public company and you have like a very global presence. It will cost a lot of money to hire in-house writer to do all the contents, right? So UGC, user-generated contents, is the holy grail of structural SEO of any marketplace. I would say. So yeah, just some recap. That's it. Overall, they are getting about almost 500 million visits per month. Jeez, that's crazy. And I was wrong. So they actually have more mobile traffic than desktop. Well, it makes sense. Of course, it's a travel site. Yeah. So, interesting to know. And again, they have more direct traffic, meaning that they have a lot of return user. Because if you type in book and then the Booking.com appear, that it's actually after you visiting Booking.com before, then they will count as a direct visit. So it makes sense that the direct traffic is a lot. And if you're a startup, you want the direct traffic to be percentage to be very high as well, right? And the search it's about 22% of the overall traffic, and that's 100 million traffic per month. Jeez. And the interesting thing that I'd love to point it out is how well they are ranking in other countries too. I have done other SEO reviews. Rarely I've seen they're ranking that well in other countries. So this is multi-language SEO. That's actually make it so much harder to do SEO. I've done Zapier SEO strategy review before. You can probably click here, and I don't think they have other languages, so they don't have such good traffic from non-English speaking country. This is German, right? And this is Portugal, and this is Spanish, and this is French. So each of those languages, they are doing very, very well. 42 million, 32 million, 31 million, 31 million. So it's very distributed very evenly, I would say. And the other things I will include in this summary or recap would be, just I want to show you, just take a look of what keywords they are actually ranking in the United States. So as you can guess, most of them is centered around hotels. So this means that people search St. Petersburg hotels and they rank number one. And that single one search query is getting them about 3,000 of them on desktop in the USA alone. And multiply that, that's how you get like almost 500 million traffic every month. And Queen's Hotel, you see all the hotels. And here you might see Clearwater beach results, and they rank #1. And this is again, this is 130. This is 300,000. So let me know if you're interested to get this keyword list. Actually, contact me on Twitter, or Twitter is better, or LinkedIn. I'll send you this if you need. So let me know, comment below, what other companies or what other marketplaces, other online marketplaces, especially that you want me to do an SEO review, and see you next video, and rock on.